I'm here, and sorry for starting a little bit too late. Right, everything seems to work fine. Fine as far as I know. Not fine, like, okay, zero problems at all. That's never going to happen in real life, is it? Okay, so here we are on the final chapter. The end! The master of everything. The ultimate of all. Forested ruins. Okay, now let's be serious with this. In this final, so this is probably the last world that we're going to cross, but this reminds me of the of a level that was here. I don't remember which one, but it's extremely similar to something that I've played before. So I don't know. Seems like, oh, so you're hiding me something, huh? Oh yes. Thank you for this. Now I'm starting to see things that I haven't seen before. So yes, this level is completely new, or at least the secrets. Damn it. This reminds me of Funfairy Mario for some weird reason. Is there something here? Because... well, what? That's some weird physics there, buddy. Think again. Always be grateful for everything in life. You know where it's going to end. Well, this is dead. Ooh, a door. A tower level? I'm sure this isn't going to end in a boss fight, right? Damn it. It's very hard to calculate here. With the skeletons it's easy, but with the shells it's very hard, so I'll probably replace this with something easier. Is this a compilation of what we found in the world so far? Never seen before. I guess you can get there somewhere. But I think I know how I'm going to get there. Nope. That's not going to work. It's very narrow to even... at the... Oh, there we go. And... that's the second one. Great. This is what happens when you take drugs, so please kids, don't take drugs. And that one was badly placed. And it respawns very easily. You just only have to look outside the camera to... Of course, kill everything in your way. Kill everything in your path. Because sooner or later it's going to kill you. So as long as it is very, very, very dead, you'll be fine. So don't worry about it. Damn it. No, 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 no. I think this is too pixel perfect for an enemy to annoy Mario. I wonder where the... Please, a mushroom. Please! I'm half dead. Come on, give me something to grow up. Okay, how do I get down there? There must be a way. Oh. Okay, now I need to wait for the perfect opportunity to press it. Damn it. These are very hard to beat without any power-ups, as you need a lot of impulsivity to make you work there. And also the plants in the last part of this section are too close, are too dangerous for the player. It's almost pixel perfect, although not a serious problem for me. It could be a serious one for those who aren't very experienced in the game. Also, this boost should be at least half the speed, because come on, it's like they've been doing drugs. For example, this part here can create some problems. This looks like hell, yeah. This level... It happens with modders, especially this section that forces the player to make very risky moves. It should be removed. That's too harsh for the player. And it eventually... Also, second checkpoint here could work very well. It's not mandatory though, but... It will be very well appreciated. This section, for example, here is not that bad, but as you see, a second checkpoint will be very helpful there. So my rating is 5.5, but I think I'm going to lower that based on what I see here. Because if you have Fire Flower, this is easy, but if you don't have, this is hell. And the developer did compensate the difficulty a little bit by just putting a lot of power-ups in the middle, but of course that doesn't mean that your level is awesome. It means that somehow you don't trust even your own abilities to... Or, I don't know. How many tries did it take to beat the level? Because it's like every single developer is following Super Mario Maker standards or something in order to make levels. Instead of just following certain guidelines to help make this easier. Like this section, for example, is too hard with the fast boost and the fire bros. And the plants spitting fire. It's a very difficult scenario for the player to... I see that I want to run because I want to skip that part, so what it means is that, one, you need a second checkpoint on the level because it's too hard to make it on a single stretch with all of the enemies and all the things that can go wrong. And of course, well, the... I mean, it's worse in real hardware than an emulator, but I think I'm going to use same speed race at this point because the level is clearly unfair. And I know it's a special world, but even in special world you need to have at least a decent amount of length, or like, unless you're making puzzles or something. Let's see, I'm going to do a saving state here because there's not a single safe place here. Except this one. Because I'm going here and it's taking 2 to 3 minutes to go back to the same place. And probably the developer should buy something called a chronometer. Because it's going to happen... Because I'm seeing that it's going to happen the same as Super Mario 63 level. It's going to be too long that isn't even enjoyable more. I don't think I need to explain that part. Because I think I'm going to lower my rate to 5 or even fall to 4, because you see that this factory is too fast that I don't even have room or chance to even make a fucking maneuver. Because I think it has more speed than the player itself. Like, what's the fucking point? No, seriously, what's the fucking point? Because there's not. You have to come back here. But where's the problem? These fucking enemies respawn and this fucking bush in the middle of nothing, and then this giant bull is even more annoying, and then there's this fire bro that you have to kill. So there are so many things that I can't even explain. There's not to take this level and qualify this example of what not to do to create a difficult level. Which is 1,000 scenarios at the same time. Fast push, long plants, fire, everything. I would personally remove these plants because that's too much. It's creating a stress of the player because the margin of movement is extremely narrow, and because a player needs to react fast unless it takes some speed, it's completely impossible, as you can see there. It's always going to end in catastrophe. So there's barely any positive things on this level because it's a fucking mess. Just like the entire mod, it's a fucking mess. Made without any context, any consistency, absolutely nothing. And of course without any margin of errors, because you can't be pixel perfect unless you use a very well curated custom Wiimote that does not exist. Because I don't know if the developer even checked hitboxes for these enemies, because I'm sure he didn't. I don't know if there's a tool on the emulator to check that, but you're going to be surprised how narrow are the margin for the player to. So yeah, completely disgusting. I don't think I can rate this level more than a 3, and it's going to cost the entire mod a negative reevaluation, because there's no way with this level the mod can be any good. Because yes, you can say, oh, pixel perfectly is possible. Okay, play yourself and prove that you can beat the entire level on a single try. You can't? Then what the fuck are you talking about? Also, the time is too low for after checkpoint sections. It's not critical, but it should be higher. There are a lot of things to criticize about this mod that I think 5.5 was too high. I mean, it depends of how bad this world is, but definitely some things must be taken into consideration before making this, because I had to use saving states because the level is so long that I can't even. Also, that rolling thing there, whose name I don't remember, should be removed because it can't create stress, more stressful for the. Oh wait, there was a second checkpoint just in the very inappropriate place. And how I'm going to beat the level, because in the timer saying not, I'm going to qualify this as a 4 out of 10 straight away. Okay, it's a no time, but why was the second checkpoint at the fucking end? Just for this asshole? Really? I mean, in the regular game, there aren't any checkpoints at the edge of a boss fight. So is this properly? It is improperly set. It should be at the start of this section, not at the end. It's not going to annoy the player, trust me. Absolutely disgusting. Well, Lost Woods. I think a bigger thumb will help here because... How do you know when he's going to go back there? Yeah, sure, perfect timing could work, but... Yeah, I'm going to requalify this as a 5 out of 10 and it can get lower. I mean, the Super Mario Spectral got rated 3 out of 10 with the last 2 to 3 galaxies that it visited, so it's possible to... was also general mistakes, because every single fuck up that the developer did and didn't correct in a year still there, and it seems like developers are more proud of their craziness than considering, okay, I fucked up, how I should make things properly. Also, this, as you can see, this is a very bad idea. But since I know how to, I can prove that this is a bad idea and I can prove how to make it better. What's the problem? That, well, I think nowadays ability is more important than design. And aesthetics has gone into another part, but and yes, aesthetics are important, but are not critical. And I think that mod developers are making the same mistakes again and again and again, and not just modders, but as players as well. So I hope I don't have to go in here. If it takes more than 3 attempts, I'm going to set down this to a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You end with the player's patience, because it has to try to guess where the fuck did madness is going to land. Hooray! I got it. The point is, can you do that without saving states? No, you can't. So and with this, because that is in a gray section, I'm going to lower this to an unfortunately 4 out of 10. There's no way I can approve this. Not even in the slightest. There's so many mistakes just in this world. I think it's going to be more that I'm going to constantly lower the score. Trust me, you can't spend 10 to 15 minutes just recalculating that. You want to make things difficult, you want to do something that is psychologically complicated, because for the other thing, Kaisos do exist, and they aren't funny to play. In fact, it's just for masochists. And well, masochism is... I've seen that in... I've seen it in recent times that masochism is starting to get more and more popular in the genre. And yes, there's no way that you can pass this. It's so filled with enemies that I don't think anyone who played this can pass this without damage. At least not in 5 to 10 tries. Because it's absolutely unbalanced. And also that one down there, I think there should be a point where enough is enough and we should moderate the difficulty to even make it possible. And yes, I know that I'm also making some bad plays because my patience is also dying as well. It's the same bullshit again and again. At this point, the entire experience is going to be saving state and this after saving state in each of the levels. And me, in my experience, psychologically the player gets more and more agitated, irritated, angry and annoyed with every single thing that it has to repeat. So make sure that the player at least has to repeat a section once or twice, because if it has to repeat more, then it's time to redesign your level. Just for... And I'm going to go to the Discord and I'm going to say, well, I'm not going to insult it, I'm going to say, your level does have improper level design, improper thematics, and improper testing as well. And in this world, I think it's made more for masochists than for players, because some sections need checkpoints, adjustments in difficulty, and reconsiderations in the design. And you see that now that I'm in a new section, I'm more calm and I take, well, I said that one, and I take better decisions. But once I have to repeat one or twice or 3 times, I get very irritated and just want to clear that as soon as possible. Well, this is not serious, but I don't know. It depends of where you come, but with this zoom is a little bit unfair. And this one should stop in the bridge, not before, after that. And this one, for example, doesn't let the player have enough margin of error to self-correct. And most of the things here are depending of random situations rather than... This will be a perfect place for a checkpoint, which of course was never said. You just see on my face that I'm becoming angry. And when I get angry, that means, oh fuck. I really did something very wrong, because when a player gets annoyed, I mean angry, less is a message with I never explain, because it's the same thing over and over again. That I think, for example, this puzzle is good because it forces a player to take initiative. But I mean, with these levels, the number of checkpoints needed will be between 3 to 4, and it's only possible in 2. You could make more than 10 levels in a world, so why didn't you make it? There's my question to the developer. Why couldn't you split everything in more levels instead of gluing everything together in one? Because I've seen long levels that are awful. I will put, if it was me, I will put it here, a penguin generator, because it's very hard to shoot right, and there's a fucking time limit, so I don't know, can I? No. I need to repeat this section. There's numerous planetium for this. The developers of... I think this is more than in general, so I'll probably stop playing mods if this is the general tendency, because I don't want to get pissed off with absolute rubbish. So if this is going to be the norm, please don't recommend me any mods, because I'd rather enjoy something that's well made and doesn't stress the player. Now how far do I have to go for that penguin to... Ah, of course. Come on, it's free. That puzzle is not very well made. It should have more retries. Because there's already enough risk of that to put more penguins to make the player retry his abilities. Damn it. I think number 2, the player gets bored or gets irritated and his hands take control of the situation instead of his mind. I'm going to say one more time. The level they uploaded in YouTube was so bad that I had to fix almost the entire thing. Especially the Fire Bros and Boomerang Bros sentence that you've seen there, because I couldn't beat that without any power up. It was psychologically impossible. That's when I said enough is enough, and I made it not easier but possible. I made the room bigger. I made that door for a backup if you regret to. Yeah, I think with that one-shot wall jump, this will be doable on just a few tries. Ooh, the checkpoint, which should be placed in the introduction of this section, not at the end. And of course, what the fuck is this? Is this mess? Why does the boo speed up in the fucking situation where the player can is slower than that? Should be another minus point for the entire mod, but at this point I don't know. It's like this modder and some others don't even have any standards in terms of difficulty, so I should probably stipple in my own. I will call it the fast-paced difficulty balance, which will be very strict in terms of requirements. Also, the timer is also too low, and it's proving here that it generates stress of the player, because I think it's even... And this is impossible in the time that I have, 3 out of 10, without any single doubt. Also, where is the third star coin? Mm, 34 seconds. It's getting even lower. And also, no, it's not funny to beat a boss every single minute. Enough is enough. And I think that's something that should be clear. Because these has the same problems that Super Mario Spectral had. Improper checkpoints. Because we make levels very long and we don't think of splitting into more levels. Because yes, dividing a level in 2 is not bad, it can be doable, and it's actually going to make the experience better. And another reason, the design of this level feels very repetitive and absolutely zero originality. So I think playing these levels is not going to make the experience better. I think this stream is going to only lower the quality of the mod more and more. Which leads me to a point where the developer ran out of original ideas instead of just thinking out of the box, for example. Yeah, sure, this is almost the same level without any differences. He tried to separate the stage instead of mixing everything and make it simpler. And the result, well, you're seeing the result of it. Nothing fits together and it's just a mess. I haven't got a single star coin yet. I don't know where can I get one. Probably in here. This, for example, is not bad. It's a good challenge as long as you know what you're doing, but a lower speed will be appreciated because it's very hard to. I should put a. I don't know how much I've been in the level, but if at a regular speed it takes more than 2 minutes, a checkpoint should be set. It's basically the same bullshit as our educative system, repeating everything until it comes out, which is the most inefficient way of learning. And then blame the one that doesn't know how to play and not the one that doesn't know how to think. I mean, I can't say anything positive yet about this because the design isn't even innovative. It feels like I'm repeating something rather than walking into something new. Thank God this is straightforward, fire flower. Wait, the speed isn't that fast. Or maybe I got confused? I don't know. This one probably is too fast. But nothing serious, so... Yeah, fucking mirror physics. There should be an option to disable the controller spin because... Well, if I was the developer of the game, I will put the bar to the spin to be at a higher sensibility. So only a brute action can be used as... Because muscular memory works that way. Also the... And seeing the promise of the... I'm... I don't see a thing because if I just move down, just down, it spins. But if I want it to spin, it should be one up. I mean up, down, up, down, up, down. Also, this puzzle is very bad. Or wait, or not. Nah, it's not too bad. I don't know how I would improve it, so... Probably making it narrower. That could work. feel like this level has lava rising, but I don't know. At this point, I'm just thinking that I'm repeating the same thing over and over again. And then there's this. 1, 2, I don't know. I lost the count of how many I have to go through now. Holy fucking Jesus. Is the same one repeated 1, 2, I don't know, 8 times? I don't remember if I ever seen a checkpoint yet. I wish this pushing water was so helpful in a way, but the pushing water mechanic does suck. But there should be a backup because it's very hard to. Excuse me, how should I jump jump there without taking a very great risk? It's very narrow to do, so I will probably choose another way of doing so. Of course, why not? You make the player take a star coin and you force the player to go all the way back. I mean, the mechanical work, but it should be a lower speed, not to make the player go slow, but not all the way to. I think I should have a penalization for making me go out of words, because it means that your mess is so hard to explain that. Yeah, I didn't see that. That's not a design error. But that star coin it is. I can assure you that better steps in level design can be taken with. Hi, it's me, Loey. Again, remember me from your early Super Mario Bros. Wii room hack? Oh, Super Mario Star Shine. Or which one was? I don't remember. Well, as you can see here, the mod developer thought that pushing water here was a good idea to make the player repeat for their mistakes, like or educative system think our brains work. But it's not like that, it's actually the opposite. But I don't know, there's someone, I'm very bad with names, so I probably don't remember you. And this is another lack of design, probably making. This one was playing right now. Oh, this is Super Mario Bros. New Horizons, which is supposed to be new and innovative ROM hack, but it's chaos with without any fundament, with things that shouldn't be there, and no. It's like, no, one day I'll probably restream Cliffs of Springs, which is a mod made by Duplo, which is hard, but you're going to see that there are some clever level design stuff there, which instead of making the thing horrible, it makes the thing slightly better. Yeah, this one here, this is the one that didn't show. New Super Mario Bros. Winnie Horizon. Yes, that's the one that I'm playing. I'm playing the last world, and the levels are too long and too complicated. So complicated, I had to make saving states in order to make this more simpler, because the developer, instead of making more levels, glued everything together into a single one. And of course, because she likes overcomplicating things, because the levels are the same, it's a copy paste instead of original ideas. Because I believe there's going to be a point where I won't have enough time to clear the level. Especially with this. And if that happens, a -3... I mean, a -1 for the entire mod is going to happen, because that means that the player does not have a lot of margin error to operate. Barely for New Super Mario Bros. But do you remember me from your previous live from New Super Mario Bros. Winnie Horizon? Probably in Chapter 4. Yes, I do remember some people, but I don't remember their names. Yeah, I think I do remember you. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. And there's no way that this is going to be possible. So the score from here is going to be lower and lower and lower. Well, hi Lois, so... I'm sorry, but I have to stop the stream to even look at the fucking mess that the developer put, because it's the first time ever that the level is so low on time in the entire modding history of this game. There's never been a situation when the timer is so low. Never. This developer crossed a very, very red zone. Language, please. Well, if you want language, just please ask for to the mod developer of the modding Discord to please reconsider things before publishing them. Because, well, I don't know how can be run load time, but it gets lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, penalizing the player that must retry things instead of just for yes, I mean I can calm myself down, but I just get angry with these things because it's so many stupid things that which I think I don't have anything to do with modding. I don't have credits in anywhere yet. I need, and it's so fucking ridiculous that I have to take the level editor and fix the level by myself for the second time in modding. I did it with Clear for Spring, but that's for saving time, not because the design was bad. Which it doesn't mean that it's perfect. But probably if I take all of this, I think I'm going to edit this one, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and the next, and the next, and the next, to save me some time, because I think it's going to be a mess in the next levels as well. So I'm going to to edit them so it won't be a nightmare. At least until that point, because in order to make proper fixes, it's going to be more work. So World 5 dash, I think it was 5 dash 2. I don't even know which level is which, because he took a very strange approach in. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's World 9, I believe. I understand you're not the only person. You get like that with the same thing like you. Yeah, I mean, no. So you know what's the problem? That there's going to be people defending this kind of bullshit because we're surrounded by masochists, and the mods are going to get harder and harder, and the requisites to complete something are going to get harder and harder as well, wasting more time and making the experience more suffering. And it's what happens when there isn't anyone else that says enough is enough. And this is what happens. It gets to a point where you overcomplicate things. I mean, I don't beat myself, but I mean, it's going to be opening the level and complain about everything they see, but how do people think that these things are even? Because I'm right now looking at the level in the level editor, and there are 4 areas in the entire level, and at the end of each level is a final boss. Like it means something because it's not special for me. And you really are overcomplicating things. Well, I think I got to the level that I wanted. So first of all, how much time do we have? 550. Okay, let's up that to 750. This is for area 1, area 2. How much time do we have? Well, the same 750. Uh, 500, no. Oh yes, 500 is enough. Are you sure it's World 5-2? I mean, it's 4-2, but it's in the level 5 is 9-3 because it's editing the special world, but in this mod they called it. I don't know why did they overcomplicate with the original world map instead of using the newer one. It will be great anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great that they innovate in things, but they have to understand that there's a limit to these things, and you can't exploit the player forever and expect it to. For example, the checkpoint. They barely made into the checkpoint, but how much time does it give to the player? And the checkpoint is 2. No, I mean I got the red level, but so I'm going to put the checkpoint in a inappropriate place and into an appropriate entrance ED. The second one, oh god, why did the mod developer really focus on difficulty instead of experience? Why did he have to make things overcomplicated? Isn't it always just I don't know, simplifying things? It is too much to ask. I mean, sure, probably it's too much to ask, but wait, how many checkpoints does this level have? Oh, it's the tower section, which is unnecessarily long. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost, well, yes, 6. 6. What's this called? 6 platforms that have the same mechanic. Try World 5 again just to double check if you missed anything there. No, I collected everything in the last episode. As far as I'm concerned. Yes, where's the... checkpoint. Oh no, there's only one checkpoint on the entire level, and it's so long that the dude itself didn't pick it up. Hooray! Why not? Why am I being surprised at this point? Can you double check just me? So I'll double check when I open the game because right now I'm editing the bullshit that this dude made that he names a level, but he call it a nightmare. Because he hasn't put a single checkpoint on the entire level. Oh wait, no, there's an actual second checkpoint. But this level is so bad that it will need 3 or 4 to work. So I don't even know how this is going to work. I mean, I'm going to do quick fixes, but I had to do this again and again and again and again. I'm going to stop the stream and recontinue when I make the proper edits to this, because yeah, another minus already a 2 out of 10. Well, no, it was a 3 out of 10. What is 5-1 when you play the world? 5-1 is the same level as I don't know, because I don't know if 5. I mean, this by itself is the world 5, as you can see. And the magic thing here is 5-1, 5-A, which emits a star coin, which I'm not going to go back. There must be a way to put more than 2 checkpoints on this mod, because otherwise this isn't going to work, and I probably have to make the world map bigger. Which I have some skills in Blender, but it will be unfortunate to do the work that it should be from the development team instead of. So instead of 550 seconds, I put something more, 750, and you're going to see that it's going to be a better experience just with a bigger amount of time. Well, custom music will also help, but that is not a requirement. What about to fire dash 1 and play after you play war fight dash 2? Why should I? Let's play this first. Probably the one that you're referring is 5-A, but the problem with what I'm telling you is that it probably will have to be there for some time, just completing the madness that the developer has put into this, so... I don't need... you can take the stream back in a few minutes, probably 30 to 40, and because the first level that I played here was World 5-1, so... Because I really want you to see what it looks like. I really did see what it looks like. And it's the same one as... it's the same one as, or almost the same one as 5-, I mean, 1-1 if we're talking about World 1. Did you make a saving state? Oh wait, I miss. No, it's not. I'm not going to have enough time to clear this, so meh. I didn't modify a lot the checkpoint time, so it should be 500. I think 500 even it's too low for this. Well, the problem that I explained before, I think I can skip it with just... Yeah, I think I'm going to... It's very hard to get it right. And you know what's the salvation of this mod to becoming completely horrible? It came out as 1 to 2 weeks ago, so... This looks like the archive from New Super Mario Bros. Wii World 8. I'm sorry that you are struggling with their body. The problem with this technique is the inputs of the Wii controller is not great, and well, as you can see, these holes here are too narrow for the player to make a good decision. So if I was myself, I will probably remove this section altogether, because it's a call for disaster. You're telling the player that you must repeat that thing 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Sorry for you there, pal. Well, I mean, if you are in the... I mean, I don't know if you've been part of this team, but if you are there, I'm really sorry that you had to approve or test it, but if you don't have anything to do, then you don't have to feel sorry. I mean, the ones that should feel sorry should be the ones that designed this thinking it was a good idea. Because it's not. It's a really bad idea. Oh well, it looks like my technique is finally working. Of course it's very hard to do this on a Wii mode, so please don't take this into idea of making levels. It's going to be a horrible experience. And of course there's always the possibility of making mistakes, because well, show to you the first phrase from my for my YouTube channel. Thanks for the shout out. Damn it. You know, I think I'm going to stop here. Fix everything that is bullshit here. Because it's so horrible that I think the only thing that can save this level is this. It's so hard because you have to do every single... You have to do everything with your thumb, and it fails when you... You're well welcome, thank you. I don't know if this is going to burn all of my remaining time. But if someone has a better idea that doesn't make me... It's too hard for me at this point to... You know what? Fuck it, I can't do this. It's... Oh, fine. Finally did this section. How can you wall with... Oh, that's a technical one-sided wall jumping which works probably in something better than a Wii mode. Because the problem with the Wii mode and the problem with this technique as well, and well, the problem with this mechanic, which I don't know how did the mod developer thought it was a good idea to put into the player, because it's horrible as you can see. But yes, it's a technique which if you have a fire flower or something like, I mean, a fire or a nice flower, you can use a series of techniques to climb with just one wall. That's why it's called one-sided wall jump. And it works when you have the best controllers in the world. And oh no! Mario takes damage because nobody thought that was a good idea. You can probably make it on time, but at the same time you can't, because well, the chips will respawn eventually, so... No, the same mistakes repeated over and over again, and I think 500 seconds is not enough for this section. It's too long and too difficult for just 200 and shitty seconds. So I think I'm going to finish this level and I'm going to stop here and I'm going to edit all the levels in this world. And I'm going to give you the fucking download link. So you won't have to fucking suffer like I fucking did. How good idea? Pause for a quick second. Okay, what's your idea? See, that's a properly set checkpoint. So now, if I die, I have another 500 seconds in my timer. Okay, so what's your idea? You're still... Well, I can read you while I play. So... Oh, of course you. Why don't you try it and do one wall jump from one of the walls on an NSMBW? What it may work. One wall jump from one of them walls on the airship and see that may work. Where are you referring to? Because the problem here is time, not a... Okay, so I'm going to stop here because it's clear that the design level of this was made for torture and not for pleasure. So I'm going to do everything of this so it goes back to pleasure. I'm removing unnecessary sections as well because I don't need to be reminded of the same level designs again and again, because if you take this level for example, which as you can see it's well, it's four levels into one, and I feel like it's a copy paste, because if you go to next one, they'll accept the one from the boss. Well, the point is that if you now go back to World 1, which is World 5 in reality, play one of the levels, for example this. Well, probably this isn't the best example. Oh my god, I love this one. Well, yes, you load the first section, but then when you carry on, or when you have played this entirely, then it's going to be the same level. Okay, so it doesn't look like the same level like I thought it was. Well, yes, it's almost like the same redesign. I don't know. It feels more like the background of this with this. And then everything mixed together. But that boss wall jump, I'll count as one wall jump. Oh, I just forgot how I did everything, but Well, you can see here, this is a proper level with a proper lane, with a proper checkpoint that I don't even know if I... Well, yes, as you can see, a proper checkpoint. In a proper place. And it's just one level. One. A single unitary level. See, it wasn't that hard. Why couldn't a world and level from this World 5 be as simple as that? Why overcomplicating things? Why remaking the same stage again? I don't know. Nice triple jump skill. I have some skill because I've been playing this game so long, for so long already. So I'm going to stop here because I can't continue with this bullshit. So I think I'm going to edit every single one of them. Every single one of these. And I'll properly play the next Sunday. Because I need time to redo all the bullshit that the developer did here. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next, well, whenever this is ready. Can I ask you a question? Yes, you can ask a question before I go. That's a very good question because from in my perspective, the best ones to this point are newer Super Mario Bros. Wii and Super Mario and the Cliffs of Spring. Those two are my favorite ones. This one sits in the second worst that I've seen so far. But anyway, that's everything. So yeah.